Here is the first sort of moving iteration of the cart escalator, is what it's being called. And let's give it a test and see how it works and show some of the issues. This has been in development for a while, and it's just kind of a system that you have to put all together to even test some of the issues. So that's a thing. Glad I got that on video. All right, what's happening there is the sprocket teeth for this exact sprocket design are slightly too far apart. And by slightly, I mean 0.03 millimeters too far apart for the chain. So when the chain stretches, it needs to have a sprocket that is perfectly aligned with the stretched length. So the first sprocket I did was the exact amount. This one I overcorrected a little bit. I took a measurement, turns out slightly too high. So the next sprocket is just about to come off the printer. And that should resolve that, where it's basically jumping off because this first tooth is running into one of the pins. But besides that, we're seeing some other issues. So in this middle area where the chain hangs down in here, what we're seeing is when multiple carts get in there, they are not only being, so they're essentially exerting an outward force on the chain and via the brush. And what that does is create a bulge here in the chain profile where it kind of comes outward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another idler sprocket right here, just like these ones, which will keep it aligned and keep them pushed in. And then I can also utilize, I've only filled in half of the brushes, so I can put the other half on and have all of them. That will also help us to make sure that it keeps pushing carts up when it's fully loaded with cartridges. And then a couple more small details. I will have to add in sensor brackets, little segments of the chute that hold onto a sensor, one of the little proximity probes that we are currently using on the cart elevator. And then the last steps are going to be basically to attach them to the conveyor output and the machine input, and we'll be good to go. A couple vibratory motors may help to keep things moving. The track gets a little sticky and we see some carts kind of like hang out in there sometimes, even though there's nothing on it, and they'll slowly move down. So adding a vibratory motor here and there in those areas that it turns on when the main motor turns on or always on will help things a lot. And I think that's it. So yeah, really close now. The general framework is there, and I just gotta tweak some stuff and get it running.